Okay, for just a moment, I want you to forget about AI. Forget the latest tech craze, the single biggest disruption that's heading for the corporate world. Well, it isn't about code or carbon. It's about something way more fundamental to all of us. So, what do you think it is? What's the biggest business shift happening right under our noses? The one that almost nobody is really watching? Whatever just popped into your head, it's probably not this. It's not AI, it's demographics. Yep. As we all start living longer and populations get older, the entire landscape of business is being redrawn. And honestly, only a handful of companies are truly ready for what's coming. And get this, there's a deadline, and it is approaching fast. By the year 2030, every single living baby boomer will be 65 or older. Now, that's not just some random statistic. It's a demographic tsunami. I mean, think about it. If your customers and your employees are living 20, maybe 30 years longer than they ever have before, doesn't your entire business model have to change with them? So, to navigate this massive, massive change, a new kind of leader is stepping into the C-suite, one with a title that you've probably never even heard before. And this really gets to the heart of the matter. For decades, aging was framed as a problem, right? A cost that you had to manage. But a few really smart, forward-thinking companies are completely flipping that script. They're starting to see longevity for what it actually is, a massive, untapped market opportunity. So meet the Chief Longevity Officer, or CLO. And no, this isn't just some fancy new title. This is a strategic leader whose whole job is to weave a demographic strategy right into the DNA of the business, reframing age from something seen as a stigma into a genuine strength. But this isn't just a theoretical role. Let's take a look at the pioneers who are already putting this into practice and are seeing some pretty incredible results. First up, a big one. L'Oréal, the world's largest cosmetics company. They've actually elevated longevity to the same strategic level as AI and climate change. That's huge. Under the leadership of Muriel Arnold, they launched a global program called L'Oréal for All Generations, and it completely repositions age as a core asset. And they didn't just dip their toes in the water. L'Oréal built their entire strategy around 5 key pillars, really fostering exchange between generations, promoting employee health, making sure people have long-term employability, smoothing out retirement transitions, and even staying in touch with company alumni. It's a strategy that literally touches every single part of the business. And this isn't just some internal HR initiative, They are rebranding the culture itself. You can see it in their campaigns with these age-proud icons like Jane Fonda and Andy McDowell, who are flaunting their gray hair, which is a revolutionary move for a company that was literally built on hair color. They're even co-sponsoring Forbes' 50 over 50 list, totally repositioning age from something invisible to something aspirational. And it's not just happening in the beauty industry. Let's switch gears and take a look at insurance. In Portugal, which is one of Europe's oldest countries, the largest insurer, Fidelidade, realized that longevity isn't just a demographic trend, it's a core business imperative. So they appointed Mafalda Honorio as their head of longevity to lead the charge. And their strategy started with some seriously powerful storytelling. They launched this award-winning ad campaign called New Age, New Life. It showed older adults not as people who are dependent, but as creators, as coders, as dancers. The ad went absolutely viral and kicked off a national conversation about aging with agency. This shift is even hitting the ultra-luxury market. The hospitality brand, The Estate, hired Kenneth Ryan as their CLO, and what they're doing is integrating AI-driven health tracking right into the guest experience. For them, longevity isn't just a perk, it's the premium product. So what can we learn from these pioneers? Well, there's a pretty clear playbook emerging for how to make a longevity strategy really successful. And when you really look at what's working, it kind of boils down to 4 key things. First, you have to align the whole initiative with the company's main goals. Second, you absolutely need buy-in from the very top. Third, remember it's a two-sided coin. You've got to address both the market of older consumers and the talent of older workers. And finally, you have to commit. This can't just be another passing fad. Of course, it's not quite that simple. I mean, come on. Implementing such a huge, profound change comes with its own set of very real challenges. 2 big hurdles seem to pop up again and again. First, measurement. How do you prove the ROI of a strategy that's going to pay off over years, not just quarters? And second, organization. Longevity isn't just an HR thing or marketing thing. It cuts across every single department. And breaking down those internal silos is incredibly hard. So what's the solution? Well, as leaders like Fidelidade's Mafalda Honorio discovered, you have to create an emotional investment. Longevity isn't some abstract corporate goal. It's something that touches every single employee personally. By connecting the mission to people's own lives, you can break down that resistance and build a real, shared sense of purpose. Okay, so let's zoom out from the individual company level for a second, because what's happening here is really about a fundamental shift in society itself. This is our new reality. In a lot of countries, there are now more people over 60 than under 20. And this is creating a situation for the first time in history where you can have up to five distinct generations all sharing the same workplace. It's forcing us to completely rethink everything we know about careers, collaboration, and leadership. And make no mistake, this is a global movement. You see it in France, where hundreds of companies have signed a charter to better integrate workers over 50. You see it in Japan, where insurers like Dai-ichi Life are redesigning products for an aging society. And you even see it in the fact that major consulting firms like Mercer and McKinsey are now building out entire practices just dedicated to longevity. When you boil it all down, it all comes back to this one critical mindset shift. The companies that are winning at this are the ones that stop seeing longevity as a problem to be managed and start using it as a strategic lens to design everything, from their products to their workforce. They get that an older workforce isn't a liability, it's an incredible asset that brings experience, perspective, and loyalty. So, ultimately, these early adopters are proving a really powerful lesson. Longevity isn't some burden to be managed, it's a new frontier to lead. Embracing this demographic shift isn't just about retaining talent, it's about future-proofing your entire business. These pioneers are showing us what's possible. So the only question left is, who's going to be next?